Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Lost Odyssey. I'd be streaming this normally, but I am currently in the middle of something. But I was trying to grind and maybe go and look for some of Tolton's treasures, and I ran into a cutscene, which I paused before it could get started. Here we go. More Lost Odyssey. Oh, I'll lower that. Sorry for the double audio. Wait a second. Did I leave this thing on partial volume the whole time? I did. Sorry. I'll have to add that into the notes for the last episode. My bad. Really disappointed in myself right now. Sorry. And we're back. Alright, so I'm back to being able to control this thing. And I will pop back up with more footage if it pulls me into another cutscene. Okay, back in a minute. It is increasingly clear to me that it was a mistake to try to do anything else, because I keep running into stuff. But here we go. Here is I'm pretty sure going to be a 1,000 Years of Dreams segment. Yep, there we go. The text before was about that little girl being proud of her dad for working in a magic something factory. Oh, little liar. Doesn't seem like it's going to be nice. Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not yet 10 years old and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups for who have shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. Hey, mister, I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Hey, everybody, did you hear what the traveler said? Bandits are planning to attack this market. Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough, and the shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry. It's going to be a boy who cried wolf situation. You better watch out for her too, the lady greengrocer warns Kime. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Somebody like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Kime is new to the town. He arrived a few days ago and has just started working in the marketplace today. What do her parents do? Kime asks while unloading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any. They died? The mother did, at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who has never so much as caught a cold in her life. Then one day, she collapsed, and that was it for her. Maybe she was eating poison fucking ice like Kime let that baby do. I'm sorry, I'm still not over that. That's upsetting. Don't let babies eat poison knowingly. How about her father? She sighed more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety store in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of the many goods they carried. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital city in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months, but he's been gone a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion, care of his friend the tailor, but those too gave out about 6 months ago. I guess you could say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still. The girl now sleeps in a corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We all used to talk about taking care of her, to be stand-in parents for her until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kime. He knows from his own experience that all the people who work in the marketplace, and not just this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they never would have hired a stranger like himself. But long before that first 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was a sweet, simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience has left her kind of twisted. All her sweetness is gone. Of course we all feel sorry for her, and we take our turns feeding her and dressing her and hand-me-downs, but the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that? She must be lonely, don't you think? With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, "That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work," and she goes back inside the shop. Kime is sorting the vegetables he has unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him. "Hi, mister. You new here?" It's the girl. "Uh-huh. You're not from the town, are you?" "No, I'm not." "Are you living upstairs while you work here?" "For a while, at least. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'll tell you a secret, okay?" It's starting already. "Okay," Kime says without pausing in his work. "There's a ghost in this marketplace. The people here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business, but it's really here. I see it all the time." "Really?" Kime responds with feigned surprise. He decides to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endlessly long life of his, he has encountered any number of children who have lost their parents or been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Kime feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. "What kind of ghost?" "A woman, and I know who she is. It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child," she says. "Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, rather. And now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter." "The poor mother. She killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her here and calling out, 'Where are you? Hurry and come with Mommy to the other world.'" The girl tells her story with deadly seriousness. "Don't you think it's sad?" she asks Kime. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Kime knows she is lying. Even if he had not been warned by the woman, he would know this was a lie based on what she told him about the girl's background. Kime carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display crate and asks the girl, "Why do you think the mother can't find her daughter?" "What?" the girl asks him with a dazed stare. "Well," he explains, "the girl is not in the other world, and she's not wandering around in this world, so where is she?" Kime does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of it by recognizing the lie for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and been abandoned by her father consists not in telling one little lie, but in having to keep on lying. Now that you mention it, that's a good point," the girl says, smiling calmly. "Really? Where did the girl go?" Kime momentarily considers pointing at the girl as if to say, "Right here." But before he can do so, she continues, This is the first time anyone ever asked me that. You're kind of different. I wonder. No, you are. You're different, the girl insists. I think we can be friends, her smile deepens. Kime smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then, they hear the lady greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around a corner into the alleyway, the girl gives Kime a little wave as if to say, "See you soon." For the first time, the face of the girl with the all-too-grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childishness befitting her years. Oh, something smells good. Hungry. The girl begins coming to see Kime at the shop several times a day. The lady greengrocer is not around. She tells him one lie after another. I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate them all. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all the bandits so I didn't get killed. My house? It's big. Oh, it's a big white one at the foot of the mountain. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town. You don't have a family? You're all alone? Poor Kime. I wish I could share some of my happiness with you. All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies she could never tell to the marketplace people who know her background. At the end of every chat with Kime, as she is leaving, the girl holds her fingers to her lips and says, "This is just our little secret. Don't tell the lady grocer." Of course, Kime says nothing to anyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, he quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl need not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To protect her small, sad share of happiness, Kime plays the role of her listener, raising no objections. One day the girl comes to see Kime. She takes special care not to be noticed by the lady grocer or by the owners of the neighboring shops. "Tell me, mister, are you planning to stay here a long, long time?" "No, I'm not," Kime says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit. Pardon? "You'll be leaving when you save up enough money?" "Probably. But you don't have enough yet?" "I'm getting there," he says, turning a strained smile on the girl. This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road, nor has he taken his current live-in job because he needs money so badly. He is here because he has not found the destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey, much like my life. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life, but dreams to accomplish and goals to realize shine as guideposts in life precisely because life is finite. So then what should be the dreams and goal of one who has been burdened with a life that has no end? Kime's is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination cannot even be called a journey. "If I were you," says the girl, "I would get out of this marketplace as soon as I had saved up enough for 2 or 3 days of traveling." Kime responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look of the girl's face if Kime were to tell her, "I'm staying here for you. I am finding the meaning of my life for now and providing you with a listener for your lies." The moment these words come to mind, words he can never actually speak to her, the girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper, "If you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way you can do it." "A good way?" "Sneak into the tailor's and steal his money. There's a little pot in the cabinet at the back of the shop. It's full of money." "Are you telling me to steal it?" "Yes." She looks straight at Kime without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain, that tailor deserves to have his place robbed. The money in the pot, she says, is tainted. Oh, this is gonna get real sad. I know this girl, a good friend of mine, she says, and it's so sad about her. Her mother died, and her father went off to find work in the capital, and she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come and get her after 6 months, but she hasn't heard a thing from him. Yet another lie born of sorrow. Kime calmly asks, "Is there a connection between your friend and the tailor?" "Of course," she says, "a close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier. And he kept writing to her. He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city, and she should come live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money for the trip. But none of the letters or money ever reached the girl. And why do you think that is?" Before Kime can answer, the girl says, "The mistake he made was to send the letters and money care of the tailor. He's been keeping all the money for himself." Kime looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. This is the saddest thing of all. The lock on the tailor's back door would be real easy to break, the girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kime's reply. The girl comes running into the grocery store the next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kime, "Burglars broke into the tailor's shop last night." She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in late at night after the marketplace emptied out. "My oh my," says the woman with a forced smile. "That must have just been terrible." She's obviously not taking the girl seriously. "But it's true, though. I really saw them." "Look, little girl, I've had just about all I can take from you. You're such a little liar. It scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something. I'm busy trying to open my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on somebody else." She was hardly through speaking when someone outside shouts, "Help! Somebody come!" The tailor is standing in the street looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs, "Burglars! They took all of my money!" The little girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace is in an uproar. The girl was not lying, that much is certain. But all too accustomed to her lies, people now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting. I wouldn't put it past her. Let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we have to get a little rough with her. But no one objects to this suggestion. Some run off to the storehouse, and others start searching the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. The storehouse is empty. She ran away with the money. As the searchers return with their reports and speculation, Kime finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl has left behind one final truth. She couldn't have gotten very far. Yeah, we can still catch her. The little thief. Wait till I get my hands on her. The men rage and the woman fanned the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her. Look how she treats us. We can't let her get away with this. I don't know why I'm trying to do accents. I can't do accents. A dozen men start to run after her, but Kime stands tall in the road, blocking their way. Hey, move it. I'm still doing it. Jesus. The men are out for blood, but Kime knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men. The stolen money is in there, he says. What? Sorry, I stole it. A confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts. Kime raises his hands to show he will not resist. Do what you like with me. I'm ready. The lady grocer breaks through the wall of men shouting at him. How could you do this, Kime? I wanted the money, that's all. And you're not just saying this to protect the girl? The woman's intuition is too sharp. Forcing a smile, Kime turns to the tailor and says, It was in the pot in the cabinet, right? The man nods energetically. It's true, he must have done it. I had the money in a pot. He is the thief. The money wasn't the only thing in the pot, though, was it? What are you saying? You had some letters in there, too. Letters from the girl's father. That's a lie. Don't be crazy. It's true, though. No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all. The tailor claps his hands over his mouth. But it is too late. The lady grocer glares at him. What's this all about, she demands. No. I mean, you'd better tell us everything. The people's angry glances turn from Kime to the tailor. Some days later, 2 letters arrive from the girl addressed to the lady at the grocery store and the nice man upstairs. Kime's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if it's true or not. It is hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace. Still, he decides to believe it. He decides to believe it when the girl's letter says, I am happy now. Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lies to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there were no lies in this world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe. When he is through reading his letter, Kime turns to the woman. Concentrating on her own letter, she shyly raises her head when she senses Kime looking up at her. I give up, she declares. Listen to this. I am so grateful to you and the others in the marketplace for all you have done for me. I will never forget you as long as I live. A liar to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears. End. Alright. And, 20 fucking minutes. Okay. Be back when I find more stuff to talk about, or I'm streaming again. It just keeps happening. Let me lower the volume again. Man, little boy. That ain't right. Beyond the wall. The wall is being demolished. Sledgehammers resound on both sides. The wall marked the national border for decades until yesterday. Border might not be the right word, however. Originally, both sides were part of a single nation. The country became divided owing to differences in ideology. The two sides remained so mutually antagonistic that a high, thick wall had to be built. So, Eastern and Western Germany, huh? Those days are gone now. A year ago, the leaders of the two sides shook hands in a historic reconciliation. Today, after much preparation and coordination, the wall that symbolized the two sides' antagonism is being demolished. The sound of hammering signals the end of opposition and extols the beginning of a peace. Come on, give me a break, says Yugono. Yuguno. Spitting on the ground and glaring at the backs of the people swarming at the wall. Look at them, smiling like idiots. I can't believe it. He glances at Kime by his side as if to say, right? His still boyish face wears a scowl of disgust. Tell me, Kime, you've been to a lot of different countries and seen all kinds of people. Can people just take years of hatred like that and throw it out the window? Kime gives him a sour smile instead of replying. Yugono is a young man, the first person that Kime became friends with shortly after he arrived in this border town. He is pleasant enough except for his stubborn hatred of people from the other side. One lousy handshake and I'm out of a job. I mean, really, give me a break. Yugono used to be a border guard. In other words, one of the men assigned to keep watch on the wall. He had volunteered, eager to kill anyone who dared to come over the wall from the other side. If his superiors had permitted it, He would have gladly crossed over and attacked the other side rather than waiting to fend off an invasion. As a mandatory part of the reconciliation, however, the border guards were disbanded. Unlike his brothers in arms, who quickly started new lives for themselves, Huguenot was left behind by the changing times. Oh, this guy's kind of a shit, huh? Tell me, Kime, can people be allowed to just slough off their resentment so easily? Do they just not give a damn? Kime does not respond to this. He knows that Huguenot is a victim of the age of confrontation. Still just a young man, a boy even. Huguenot has been thoroughly conditioned since childhood to view the other side as the enemy. Watch out, the other side could attack at any time. Watch out, the other side are all cruel, cold-hearted villains. Watch out, if the other side ever invaded us and occupied our towns, they burn down our houses, steal our property, kill our men, and assault our women. Social commentary. Watch out. The day is not far off when they will be invading us. Could be 3 days from now, or it could be tomorrow. They might be climbing the wall today, this very moment. Watch out. They've already sent their spies among us, and you can tell for sure who they are. They're the ones who have stolen and sympathized with the other side by word and by deed. Watch out. They're probing for the slightest gaps in our psychological armor. Remain alert. Be ready to draw your sword at any moment. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! There was much to be found out about since the other side and the history books distributed in the school. There was much to be found out about the other side and the history books distributed in the schools on this side. The pictures of the people from the other side portrayed them all as ferocious demons. I'm not the only one, you know. All of us were taught the same thing. So how come everybody but me is so happy about the wall coming down, Huguenot asks, looking utterly bewildered by these new developments. Again and again he repeats his disbelief. Finally, Kime cannot help but respond to him. You were too pure, he says. What? It's not your fault, Huguenot. It's the ones who filled your pure, honest heart with hatred. Wait a second now, Kime. The animals who live on the other side of the wall are the ones who did that to me. The horrible things they do. Kime cuts him short. Have they ever done anything horrible to you? Well, sure, no, not really to me, but... just what is it you hate the other side for? Well, you see... Huguenot was momentarily at a loss for words until all he can do is raise his voice and blurt out, "It's true, though. A whole bunch of them are just horrible people." He folds his arm in a decided pout. Fucking good social commentary. 2007, this game. Shame it wasn't more popular. How are they horrible? What did you ever see any of them do? When? Where? Huguenot stammers and sputters. Have you ever even met somebody from over there? Kime demands to know. Huguenot hangs his head and shakes it from side to side with a grim smile, Kime says. Well, I have, and they're not the devils or demons or anything of the sort. How could they be? You all used to be part of the same country. But that stuff is beside the point anyways. Countries and races and tribes. You're all human beings. You're all the same. Huguenot stays silent, hanging his head. Cheers erupt at the wall. The wall that has separated the two worlds for decades has just now been broken through. Representatives from this side and the other side walk through the opening, greet each other with smiles and firm handshakes, and embrace. The cheers grow louder, and people, mostly members of the younger generation, gather in circles here and there, expressing their joy. Huguenot glares down at his own shadow and asks Kime, "So what should I do now? All I've ever done is hate. All I've ever known how to do is hate them." Kaim gives Yugino a pat on the head, or pat on the shoulder, and says, "It's not too late to change. You can start now." Can I? You can. I'm sure of it. Kaim is sure because he knows what it is. Kaim is sure because he knows what it was like when both sides were a single country. It was a kindly nation, by no means rich. It was yet a happy country of compassionate people. I'm telling you, Yugino, people can change. If you say so. Look over there, Yugino. Look at all those people enjoying themselves. Hesitantly, Yugino raises his head. Around the wall, a celebration is beginning. Young people are dancing, singing, toasting each other, engaging in conversation, and all of them used to be companions of Yugino's who received the same education he did. No doubt the young people on the other side were similarly educated to hate. What do you see over there? Demons? Devils? Yugino shakes his head and lets the tightness go out of his shoulders. I'm beginning to wonder, Kaim, why until now I've been so... Kaim pats him on the shoulder again to signal that he understands. People can change, he says. They can change from hating to loving, and from loving to hating. Yes, Kaim knows all about that as well. He saw how such a wonderfully unified country was divided in two at the end of a violent civil war. Don't change anymore, Kaim says, not just to Yugino, but to all the smiling young people. A young girl hesitantly approaches Yugino. She is from the other side. She holds a plate full of cookies. Have some if you'd like, she says. I baked them this morning. The cookies are heart-shaped. Urged on by the smiling Kaim, Yugino reaches out for a cookie, his face bright red. Thanks, he says, and shyly takes a bite of his cookie. Good, she asks. Yugino turns a deeper shade of red and says, delicious. White birds cut across the blue sky from the other side to this side, from this side to the other. The white birds sail through the sky almost joyfully, as if to tell the people below, in the beginning, there were no borders. End. That was really fucking good. Alright, I'll be back with more, probably, at this rate. Bye. Hi, and welcome back to Lost Odyssey. Again, we're in the middle of an episode, actually, the way I'm going to edit this, so... Welcome to continuing Lost Odyssey. And me muting my phone. Between now and the last 1,000 Years of Dreams segment I found a little mini dungeon. I'm assuming it's mini. I don't know, I didn't do very much of it. Once I realized it was going to be lengthier than like a couple of minutes, I decided to go ahead and record it, see what happens. And I've done it again, haven't I? Pardon me while I crank that volume back up to where it should be. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting. And this takes me back to the first time I played any of this game. This is like the second location you ever go to. So the two I found of these so far just gave me items. Oh, I also did a little mini-game thing. I don't know if you've seen me get those cubic music scores. No idea what those were, but it ended up being the worst mini-game ever. So I'm pretty glad I didn't end up recording it. You just gotta, like, enter in patterns of letters and numbers, and it's boring as shit. Like, it's not offensively bad or anything, it's just, why did they think to make that into a minigame? Just enter like varying amounts of four-digit codes, which are, I say digit, but it's all like letters, music based, like CCGG, I think was the first one. So you attack the C box, then you attack the C box, then you attack the G box, then you attack the G box. It's very repetitive and boring. But the loot was pretty good. I got spells I didn't have yet. So that clears up where some of those are. Oh, and I haven't set everybody to anti-paralyze yet, like I did when I went through here my first time, because these things paralyze everyone, and it sucks. Yeah, let's just try to blast them all before anything else can happen. Let's do a prism instead. I think that'll launch a little bit faster. Barely. I don't know if that's a timing thing or not, but I try every fucking time. Damn it. Oh, not Ming, not Ming. Shit. Oh, let's have you unpetrify her. Forgot to get double item. That's really good to have. So everybody, just don't attack Ming. Be cool. My first battle in here, everybody except Ming got petrified, and it sucked. Not a fan. This one kind of sucks. The did I end up taking out last time? I think it was just defense boost. spell counter. That won't come up too often. I passed it already. Medusa's head. There we go. Sort those. Oh yeah, let's see. Who needs new stuff? I don't even know what to give you. Anti-seal. Oh, I should switch around those MP max ups. But I just want that. There we go. Auto MP recovery. All right. So I don't actually know what these things do when I shut them off, but it does feel like the thing to do, you know? What's back here? Let's see. Alright. Definitely want level 5 try magic back on her. Gold, good experience, good SP. It's a good place. I was confused about what double back was for a second there. Can't tell if that's making the electricity barrier any weaker or not. I wouldn't assume so, but you never know. Wait, I just had a little, like, brain fart there. I didn't notice that was a new thing. Or was it? What the hell did I just get? What I get for not paying attention for a second there. Oh, that's right, it was components. Oh yeah, I've got a few new treasures to start looking at. I've got a few, actually. Hadn't even noticed. lock key. Oh, do we have to have creepy child laughter? These dolls are all weak as hell. Generator doesn't look like it's anything to crow about either. I feel like magic is going to be a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyways. It's very weak. And then it does that. Just go with it. See where this takes us. Reflected, isn't it? At least counter it, or just take it. A single damage. Is it gonna be stronger every time? No, still weak. Yes. She has a good cure poison all. No. Backyard weekly? So much double SP, hell yeah. Yeah, let's do a little healing. What the hell's the Backyard Weekly? Backyard Theme Magazine, which also features a combat comic. Okay. Oh, I forgot to go back and do the tricky stuff too. So much to do. So much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets?
私には使命がある。私はこの世界の人間ではない。この世界を調査するために派遣された意識にいた。時空を超えてテレポートしてきた私の意識はこの世界で肉体を再構成し今日に至っている。私がいた世界、そしてこの世界、いかなる理由か二つの世界は時空を超えて同軸上に隣接している。我々の世界は極めて不安定になっている。崩壊するという説まで流布する始末だ。それは同軸上の別世界が我々の世界に干渉しているせい。一種のウイルスとも言うべき未知の力が我々の真っ白な世界を歪曲させているのだ。やがてこのウイルスは精神というべきものだと次第に明らかになり始めた。異世界から干渉していたのは異世界に住む者の精神だった。これが何らかの波動を生み出し我々の世界を歪ませていた。なぜそれほどまで強力に我々の世界に作用してくる。我々はその原因を探るべくこの干渉を研究し応用し、我々の側から我々の意識を異世界に送り込むす。そして異世界へ意識を送り調査被験者兼調査員が私ガンガラを含め5名、カイム・アラゴナ、セス・バルノア、ミン・ヌマラ、サラ・シスラート。我々は元の世界での記憶を持たずにこの世界に立ち、この世界の住民として1000年の時間を過ごすことを使命としている。この1000年という時間はこの世界の住民の精神を奥深く知るために設定された時間である。記憶を封じてこの世界に降り立ったのは意識の根底からこの世界の人間になりきるため。私は数日前にこの使命という記憶に覚醒した。この世界に私が存在したという足跡としてここに記録を残しておくものとする。元の世界とこの世界では時間の流れが違うため我々には老いもなければ死もない。また1000年という長い調査期間は元の世界ではたった1年にしか相当しない。時間の流れの違いにより我々は彼らよりもはるかに長い時間を生きながらなりきることで異世界の調査としては極めて細密なデータを集めることに成功した。これらは我々が経験することで元の世界に伝達され我々の世界を救うための貴重なデータとなるだろう。しかしながら鏡の塔を媒介として流れ込んでくる精神、こちらの自然界にさまざまな異変を誘発して野生動物が凶暴化し怪現象が多発している。さらにこの世界で新たな元素のごとくもてはやされている魔導力の存在、これこそ量子テレポートがこの世界にもたらした最大の異変であり恩恵である。この世界に送られた意識が肉体をまとい再構成がなされた時、この隙間は我々の存在が魔導力にさらなる力を与えた可能性は極めて大きい。1000年という時間を送りながら次第に見えてきたこと、ウイルスの正体だ。 人々の生活と歴史は極めて平凡であり、1000年という膨大な時間の前では多くの国家の栄枯盛衰さえ些細な事象に過ぎる。だがその些細な事象を支える歴史書には決して記録されないが、歴史を作る上で非常に大事なものがウイルスの正体だった。この世界で人間の心を支える喜怒哀楽、生や死、病気や事故、戦争、さらには日々の出会いと別れ、毎日のさまざまな出来事への恐れ、喜びなどが我々の世界への大きな波動となって干渉してきていた。世界を動かすのは人の心。しかもそれはある時は肉親への情愛の証明であり、大いなる野心を満たすためのものであり、時にそれは抑えきれない衝動の発露であるんだ。我々がこの世界の人間たちと共に生きてきた時間は、この未知の感情がどれほど人間に影響をもたらすかを知ることでもあった。確かにそれは大きな波動となる。この喜怒哀楽は我々にとってはまさにウイルスだ。だが1000年の時間は私にとって誠に魅力的なウイルスでもある。この世界において私は魅惑的な感情というウイルスと強大な魔動力を得た。手放すにはあまり容赦。そう考えるこの私は見事にウイルスに侵されていると言えるだろう。だがこの侵食は実に心地よい。
Huh. So that was the point of coming down here? I can do something with something else here? No. I thought this would be more of a dungeon. Well, it is a really good place to craft.
100年ね。
Huh. Well, maybe there's something cool in here. Oh, it'll just take me back to the front. An overview of magic energy. Preface. 30 years ago, a new form of energy, magic energy, suddenly began to flow into the world. Magic has always been known to exist in minute quantities within all forms of matter, but why it multiplied so quickly remains a mystery to all. Magic energy continues to alter every aspect of human life, industry, and even the way wars are waged. The most fascinating aspect of this energy lies not in the revolutionary changes it has brought, but in the power itself, which is deeply connected with the hidden secrets of this world. It is generally accepted that magic energy exists within all of us. The sorcerers who have learned to harness this power, however, would have serious qualms about that explanation. To them, the world itself is but a mere shadow compared to the overwhelming importance of a magic energy. Magic energy has afforded us new perspective on our existence, but when the full extent of its presence is fully understood, an inevitable question will arise. Is our insignificant world really the appropriate place to contain such an overwhelming amount of power? Alright.
何の価値もなくなる。力を失い、ただ落ちぶれて時に流されていく。元の世界の干渉を断ち、これまで以上の魔導力を手に入れるには、鏡の塔に代わる魔導機関を作る必要がある。そのためにはこの世界を我が意のように動かす基盤を作らねばならぬ。国家に深く根を張り、人民を操る権力を維持しなくては。権力と魔導力の2つを持つことで、神の座はより盤石になる。
First experiment. Inconclusive. Further experimentation required. Second experiment. Still inconclusive. The research lab is unsuitable for this work due to noise affecting the magic energy measurements. A path was discovered leading underground to an odd location. With a proper setup, it may find use as an experiment lab. An accidental magic discharge occurred during experimentation. Indoor experimentation has been indefinitely postponed due to the danger involved. Some material loss recorded after the post-accident investigation was believed to have fallen through the waste vent. Confirmation via valve release postponed due to possible effects on other experiments. All indoor experimentation cancelled. Experiment 221 classified as failure. I guess that's going to be the boss at the end of this little mini dungeon. Experiment 221. Okay, I thought there was another thing I could read there. I never did find a use for that new treasure I found. Backyard. Oh, backyard. I remember I found that place in, like the lowest floor of what's left of Gotza. Okay. So these keys just let me fight stronger enemies there. And I'm pretty much done with this whole side area. Well, with that done, that's probably all I'm going to stream tonight. It's 1:30 and I'm a little bit tired. But thank you for joining me, and I will catch you next time. Bye.